Yo, what is going on, guys? I am back. I know it has been a while since the last time that I updated you guys with a video. Over the past year, I've just been kind of working a lot more towards my regular video work with clients. This year was just so crazy for me. I experienced a lot. I failed a couple of times. I achieved milestones that I never even thought I could do in a year. So 2023 has just been a crazy year for me, and I can't wait to share it all with you guys.
Broadcast live on the red carpet from Super Bowl.
Just starting it all off, the very first event that I filmed in January was Arizona Fashion Week's Collection of the Year at Barrett-Jackson. This was a super dope show to film at. We got to see a huge collection of historic cars, exotic cars, drift cars, and so crazy enough, Super Bowl 57 was held this year in Arizona, and I ended up getting a call from an Atlanta, Georgia radio host.
All right, Jasmine B, broadcast live on the red carpet from Super Bowl. That's right, Phoenix, Arizona. We are here.
She ended up finding one of my videos that I posted on Instagram, and she called me and told me she wanted to work with me to film these Super Bowl 57 red carpet events. So in that meantime, between February up until March, there was just a lot of personal stuff, work related stuff that I had kind of going on. A lot of ups and downs during that time, or in that 1 month span. So in March, I ended up working with a guy named Jeremy Miner. He's one of the biggest sales trainers in the world. So from March up until around May time, we literally visited 5 different states for keynotes in 3 months. All right, so I just made it to Salt, working with the boy Jeremy again. We visited states like Utah, Cancun, North Carolina, his hometown back in Missouri, and Florida. Also, through my time of working with him, I learned so much. Once I started working with Jeremy and saw how a 9-figure company uses their video work and all that, I learned so much. Being in the room when people would be paying to be in his sales calls, and I would just be there filming or editing and being able to listen in on those conversations. I had so much value from working with Jeremy. So I'm just gonna do a little shameless plug for Jeremy right now. If you guys do wanna hire up your sales skills, I would 100% recommend Jeremy. Like, I learned so much from this guy. If it wasn't for him, the next few months wouldn't have turned out how they were 100%. So big shout out to you, Jeremy. I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to work with you. So I was walking around and I saw the man Jeremy Miner. That's him right there.
Isaac, great job this week. Been working your butt off filming it.
So from about May until June time, I started working a lot more with Arizona Fashion Week, creating content around their events that they were doing. One of the biggest accomplishments for me, I think, this year, the one thing that I really set out and I actually did. So back when I first heard about Arizona Fashion Week, had their very first runway show, I applied to be able to film there and I got accepted. And I remember the first show that I went to, they had one guy that was filming. I saw him kind of walking around the whole place, kind of doing event recap stuff. And the only thing that I can think in my head is like, how did that guy get to doing that? Like, what does he do? Who is he? I never actually went up to meet him because I don't know, I was still kind of nervous at that time, but I didn't actually go say what's up, but I was always thinking, how did he get in that position to film everything, and I'm here just filming the runway? Like, how do I become that person? So from then on, when I set that goal that I wanted to be that person, I met everybody I could who I thought would help me to get there. And with everything that I was doing with Arizona Fashion Week and everything that I had in my Instagram portfolio at the time, I just had so much credibility around myself that in September, I was actually that person to film a full-on fashion show recap. But it wasn't with Arizona Fashion Week, it was with Scottsdale Fashion Week. So with Scottsdale Fashion Week being such a great turnout and the videos that I made for them, they ended up really liking it. They had another event coming up the very next month called Wild West Music Fest. So this festival was for Maricopa County's 20th year anniversary. They had a bunch of carnival rides, food, vendors, and top featured artists like Nelly and Flo Rida. Never did I think I would film at a music festival this year, and even less did I think I would be on stage or right next to Flow Rider. And for that festival, again, I was trusted with creating the whole recap event for their website to showcase it for the very next year to come. All right, so where are we at right now? So we're in October, so now we're getting into November. This is when the Arizona Fashion Week runway shows are actually starting. This year, one whole year later, I ended up knowing now a lot of the people involved in Arizona Fashion Week, and I ended up being that person to kind of film the whole event and just showcase everything going on. So for me, it was a bittersweet moment to film with Arizona Fashion Week, just from how I started with them and where I wanted to get to. So again, a big shout out to Arizona Fashion Week for giving me the opportunity to film and showcase your event, and for inviting me to the F1 race in Las Vegas. But yeah, so that concludes kind of everything that happened in my year. I'm kind of done with filming events and all that for the rest of the year. Right now, I'm really focused on lead generation with one of the marketing guys that I'm working with. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for the end of the year. And then just kind of editing a lot of personal work. I really hope and really want to get back into YouTube for sure 2024, and I know it will happen. Next year is gonna be huge. I have a lot of goals. Just some of the things that I never planned on happening this year happened. So next year it can only get better. The only way it can stop is if I stop, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon. This year was just a big moment for me to really figure out where these pieces are gonna go, how everything is gonna go, where my direction is going. And it's just been a big life-changing year. I'm really grateful for kind of everything. So for those of you guys that have been watching me on this channel for a very long time, you guys know that I have only had one goal from starting this YouTube channel, and it's just something that I'm still working towards to this day. And if you guys even know or keep up with them, you guys know all the troubles they had this year, which in turn, a lot of it affected me just because of how I am with them and kind of my goals with them. So 2023 was just kind of the year where I accomplished everything that I had set out in 2015, other than being part of FaZe Clan or working with FaZe Clan, which I know will still happen. But once I do accomplish that final goal that I need, I'll finally be able to make a YouTube video at the end of 2024 and say that I did it. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys made it to the end, I really appreciate your support. 2024 is gonna be huge. I cannot wait for it. Subscribe if you're new, leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next year.